Hello everyone, and welcome to the third episode of my Dark Souls Dex build playthrough. Today we'll be continuing our journey throughout Lodron and confronting that dastardly dragon that burned our buns last episode. So, let's go up this ladder and continue our journey. Now, this dragon confused a lot of people on how to get past him at first. I've heard lots of horror stories about people getting stuck here. But I'm going to show you a couple ways that you could confront him. First and foremost is, I guess some people would consider this an easier way, is to go through here. Now, we are under that bridge which he burned us on. And if you go this way, you'll see that there's actually a path. Now, of course, there's going to be enemies, so watch out. And dispatch them as, you know, as you see fit with whatever weapon you happen to have on you that you like. Oh, and we got a Titanite Shard. Upgrade item. Anyways, we see another guy over here. He's got a spear, so he can be quite hard to kill. However, these guys are really easy in that you can, if you remember last episode, you can kick them. So you can lure him out over this way, kick him off the edge, or kick his shield, and then attack him. Gonna heal up a little bit. And here you got to be really, really careful. If you look over there, there is a rat, and there's more than one in there. They hurt a lot, and they can poison you, so you gotta watch out for that. Luckily, I have a little bit of poison resistance, so I won't take as much poison damage to my meter. However, you might if you're wearing different armor, so watch out for that. Good thing to note is that those guys can actually drop humanity, so be sure and farm them if you actually need some humanity. Humanity can be used as a healing item, and as said in one of the last episodes, it can be used to make you go human. Now going up this ladder, we will be over here. And we'll pop out over this way. Now, there's a guy over there, and over here we see that there isn't any way to get in there, unfortunately. If you can kind of look, you'll see the shadow of the dragon, so the dragon's actually perched up on top of that building. Now, I'm going to show you another way to get past the dragon, and that requires going into that room. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit just to show you how things go. By the way, if you go up there, there's another Black Knight. He is considered by many to be quite a hard one to fight. If I remember right, he uses a two-handed greatsword, so he hurts quite a lot. So if you want to fight him, be sure you've got some consumables ready. Anyways, going back this way, we'll backtrack back up to where we were before when we started the episode. So, here we are. Now we're going to go back upstairs, and we're going to do a little trick here. Gonna run out really quick. That causes him to do some fire breath, and that kills all of the undead up there, so we don't have to worry about them. So, my suggestion to you is to, you see him up there? Just run over this way. He can't actually hurt you with his fire if you're behind this little peeler thing right here. So, now what you do here is you wait. You'll hear him make his noises, but eventually he'll actually jump down, as you'll see. When that happens, you need to run between his legs and run into that room. So, here in a second, there we go. As soon as you see him start landing, you need to run. So, go over this way, and you want to run into here, because sometimes he'll actually breathe fire into the room. So he's a bit pissed, as you can see. And he's actually finally starting to leave a little bit. And now he's gone. Fly off into the sunset. And now we've got a little shortcut open. Before you light that bonfire, you might want to grab some of these items, because he actually will not come back until you set out a bonfire again. So pick up that, Soul of a Nameless Soldier, a larger consumable soul, and the Claymore. Now, I don't think we can wield the Claymore on this character. No, 16 strength, but it is a very, very nice weapon to use. See, that's what happens when you don't have the stats to wield a weapon, but it's actually a very good weapon to use as a quality build character, and a quality is when you have an even number of dexterity and strength. It is a very good first run weapon, and if you are running a quality build, or if you want to turn your build into one, I suggest you pick it up. So going over here, I might level up once more, and I think we might need just a tad bit more health. So, health is always good. And running this way, pull that lever. And now that's open for us, so now it's a little shortcut. Don't have to worry about going under the bridge and potentially falling off and all that. So, running up here, go around this guy, maybe backstab him. Cut him in the back a couple times, and a backstab. Okay. Now, as you can see over there, that is an armored boar. He hurts quite a lot. So, my suggestion to you is stick right here. You see that guy is running towards us? Wait for him to come to us. And kill him however you see fit. I just did there with a parry. And riposte. Anyways, you see there's a gate way past up there. I'm not sure if it'll render in the video because videos tend to be darker. But there's a gate way past up there, and if you take your sweet time in this area, that gate will actually close on you. So, if you want to get into there before it closes, you're going to have to run. I'm going to show you a technique to get in there, but I'll also show you the roundabout way in case if you can't get in there in time. So do not worry. Anyways, go over here and run up here. Just gain a little bit of stamina, ignore everybody here, and just run through here. A couple enemies may get through, but don't worry about them. And we made it inside the gate before it closed. As you saw, this guy just killed, he closed the gate. So that gets us the basement key. That will be useful later. So I'm gonna open up this door again. That way nobody could ever close it on us again. And I'll dispatch a couple of these guys. And I'll show you how to dispatch the boar as well. Oh, taking a lot of damage here. And heal again. This guy is actually being a pain in the butt. So, kill him. And we're gonna run down this way. See, down here, there's a little area down here. And to prevent getting killed by the boar, I'm gonna just lay down here a little bit. See that guy? He'll run over there and that'll be an ambush. We'll worry about that later. So let's see if I can get around the boar without dying here. Surprisingly, I actually did it. I fully expected to die there. So, let's go over here and kill this crossbowman. And we got some alluring skulls. Now these can be very, very useful. I'll go ahead and get rid of some of the other items on here. These can be used to attract enemies to specific areas. So you see there's a fire down there, and if we chuck them near the fire, you see he ran straight into there. You can continue that until he dies, or we can do a plunging attack on him if we lure him under this bridge here. Gotta be patient with this. And I'm gonna throw it down here. It's gonna do that. Seems he's kind of glitching out a bit. Let's try the fire again. Come on. They put the alluring skulls here for a reason. Specifically to kill that boar. If you know what to do with them. And he's dead. Gives us a little bit of souls. Sometimes he'll drop a boar helm. that isn't exactly the best helm ever, but it's nice for cosplaying a bit, I suppose. Anyways, go down here. And we can head back to that area I showed earlier. This is the alternative route in case you cannot get through that gate in time. Now walk slowly here and keep your shield up. These guys hit hard. They're pretty weak though in terms of health. So always look around corners, because these guys, while they're not very strong in terms of health, they like to ambush you with numbers. Jump down from high areas and generally be a pain. So, and we killed a couple of those guys. There will be more. Got hit twice. Not too much damage, thankfully. Go over here and pick up this mystery key. Well, that key will be useful a little bit later in this area, actually. Go over here. And kill this guy. And if you saw that glowing and noise earlier, just a second ago, that means that somebody kindled their bonfire, the same bonfire that I last rested at. And that is always a nice thing. When that happens, it means you get 1 extra Estus flask, even if you're at your total maximum. I am not sure if you can get over 20, as that is the maximum amount of Estus flasks, but if you are at 10 as a maximum, you can get 11. And kindling is what happens when you sacrifice a humanity in order to hold more Estus flasks from that bonfire. If I didn't explain it earlier. Can't quite remember. So, go over here. I'm gonna take 1 chug of a heal. And we're gonna go over here. This guy can be quite intimidating at first. If you went around this roundabout way, this will probably be the first time you see one of these guys. They are Balder Knights. These are much harder than the other hollows we have fought, and generally a bit more smart too. So if we take it slow, we may be able to backstab them. Nope. Looks like we're gonna have a bit of trouble with this guy then. Let's see here what we can do. Oh, dang. Okay, we're gonna have to back up. Back up and heal. Yes. Got a riposte on him, and I think he's dead. If not, I can always smack him once. Nope, he's dead. Now, the block and attack method works quite well on them, but these will be one of the first enemies that you'll note that can actually parry you, so be very, very careful. That is the Knight Shield. It is an okay shield. It is certainly not the best, and frankly I think the hollow soldier shields are actually better, and I think a little lighter too. So if you want to, wear that for the aesthetics, or you can't find another better shield, go ahead and use it. That guy had a little bit more health than the others. And I'm gonna top myself up for a heal. And look around this corner. Spearman that way. Balder Knight that way. I think I got the attention of the Spearman, so I can take out him first before anything else. Come on. Get over here. Don't want to deal with both of you at the same time. Yep, I think the Balder Knight's coming. Yep. That's gonna be a pain. Just remember to take things slow and back up if needed. Coming to a dead end here, though. So this could be problematic. And got him with a parry. This type of situation can happen a lot, so be careful in this area. Okay, we're good. Gonna need a little bit of a heal, but we'll be fine. Okay. Healed up. And we're gonna continue this way. Now there's 3 hollow soldiers down there. They're pretty much standard fare. That one crossbow shoot ya, and these are just 2 regular hollow soldiers. You can take them out one by one if you want, or rush in and kill all 3 of them in one fell swoop if you need to. And what did he drop? Titanite shard. That's actually quite useful for something I'm going to demonstrate here soon. Backstabbed. And another Titanite shard. That's quite lucky. And dead there. Now, down this way, we're gonna avoid going into that church area for now. So we're gonna go over here, and you can hear that familiar, comforting hum, as well as a blacksmith's hammer. Well, you would hear the hum if it was lit, huh? There we go. Now we're at a bonfire. So, closer bonfire than the last one. Very useful. And we'll go down here, and you can hear blacksmith hammer, and here's a blacksmith. He's Andre of Astora, and he can basically upgrade your weapons. So I'm gonna talk to him, skip some stuff, and if you go to your reinforced weapon, you can get your weapon upgraded. I have 5 Titanite shards, and it only requires 1 to upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade this bandit's knife, though, because I do not plan on using it very much longer. I've got another weapon in mind. So, you can also reinforce your armor as well, but I suggest reinforcing your weapon and your shield before ever reinforcing your armor. Shields will also be under weapons, for some reason. I would consider them armor, but I guess the game says otherwise. You can also repair your items here. So, go over to learn gesture. You can learn a gesture from them in case if you like those gestures. And you can buy Titanite shards off them if needed. You can also buy the weaponsmith box, armorsmith box, and repair box. I suggest picking up the weaponsmith box and possibly the repair box. Armorsmith box is okay if you plan on upgrading your armor. And he sells some arrows as well as some weapons. Oddly enough, he doesn't sell a bow, but he sells arrows. Seems a bit odd to me, but then again, I suppose from another perspective, not so much if you're a merchant. So, I'm gonna avoid upgrading anything from now, and I'm gonna go up. I'll show upgrading with him here in a sec. But first, I want to do something. So, we'll go back up to that area we were before. Of course, these 3 up here will be back up again, unfortunately, but we can always run around this guy and kill him before he causes any trouble. And we got a 5 estus back. That's always useful. parry him, and he's dead. Okay, now we don't have to worry about any of them anymore. However, if we go up this way, we will see that there is quite an armored guy over there. Seems we already caught his attention. Now, I am not sure if I can kill him with this weapon, but let us try. If not, I'll just go for the other strategy. So, as you can see, he looks like he hits quite hard, and he does. I can only do 10 damage to him. That's not very much, at least with one hand anyways. Two-handed might be a bit different. Ah. He didn't hit too hard, thankfully. And just circle around and hit him a couple times. Make sure to roll or to block the attacks. Remember, not all attacks you should block those. Some you should just get out of the way of. So, back up a bit. Maybe roll in between attacks. Oh, I saw him doing that. So, while he's attacking, I'm gonna heal. That's the great thing about these heavy weapon guys, is that you can find time in between attacks to heal easily. E. Made it. That guy's a ragdoll. Not sure if I can actually bleed out this guy. Oh, that attack would have hurt a lot. Oh, yep, there we go. I bled him out. Took a bit. But we killed him. And with the tiny weapon. So, as you can see, his attacks are easily blocked or dodged. He's just very intimidating at first. And we got a Titanite shard from him. Sometimes he'll drop other stuff, so if you get other stuff from him, that's a nice bonus. And it seems we got another humanity. I'm not sure when we picked it up, but now we got 2. And a Firekeeper's Soul. That is one of the most important items we can get in this game. Now, if we go down this way, we will see there's a staircase and what appears to be an elevator. I suggest you go down the elevator. Why? You'll see in a moment. As we go down the elevator, things seem to get a bit lighter, and, well, look at where we are. As we step out, we'll see this place is awfully familiar. We're back in Firelink Shrine, everybody. The start of our journey, if we don't count the Undead Asylum. So, now we can go back here and rest at the bonfire if need be. Or check out some other areas. So this is a very useful shortcut. Now I am going to actually grab a weapon. I wanted to go through this area with just the starting weapon, just to show you that you can get through a little bit of the game even with the starting weapon. Heck, I've seen people beat the whole game with just this weapon, but you can make it easier on you if you pick up a new one, or if you upgrade your current one. So, we'll head down this way. This is a little hidden off area. Took me forever to find it my first time through this game. And go down this elevator. And now we are in the New Londo Ruins, as it will say here in a second. Pick up this Soul of the Nameless Soldier. That's always useful. And I came down here to pick up a specific item. You can pick it up right off the bat, so if you want to use it as a dex weapon, go right ahead. This area is really dark, by the way, so it may appear darker on the YouTube video than it is for me currently. So sorry about that if that's the case. So, here is one item. Just gonna get this guy out of the way first. This is the item I came for, the estoc. It is basically kind of like a rapier, only it's kind of like, I guess, a mix between a rapier and a longsword. because you can do poking attacks with it, but you can also slash with it as well. So, it's a decent weapon, and it does way more damage per hit than my other weapon did, which is very nice. As you can see, it's got a D in strength and a C in dexterity, while my bandit's knife is a E in strength and a B in dexterity. My bandit's knife has bleeding, but this does not. It also has better critical, but this does more damage if I remember correctly. So, just go with it, whatever weapon you like, basically. I like this weapon for starting off, but I'm hoping to get another one here soon. We will explore this area in future episodes, but for now, we will go back up. So, now we're going all the way back up, and if you go over here, you'll see this shrine maiden. Or, I guess you could call her a bonfire maiden. All the same thing, really, in the context of this game anyways. As the maidens of the bonfire are both a religious and an actual utilitive feature of the game, at least in terms of its game world. Anyways, if you go over here, you can see Reinforced Estus Flask. And you saw that Firekeeper Soul that we picked up earlier? You can use this to reinforce your Estus Flask, and that means that your Estus Flask now heals more per swig. So, that is very, very useful to have. Now, you do not want to use the Firekeeper Soul, you want to give it to her. If you use it, you will just get 5 humanity, if I remember right, and you will never be able to reinforce your Estus Flask with that specific Firekeeper Soul. So we'll rest here, and then we'll go back up. Oh, bell rang again. That bell is actually somebody succeeding in beating a boss battle that we are going to go up against here soon. That boss battle is very intimidating for many newer players, and it kind of gives some people a bit of a reminder of the old game Demon Souls, a specific boss fight there that they may remember. So, now what we're going to do is go up there here soon, but first I want to go back to our blacksmith guy, and I want to have him forge my weapon and upgrade it. Because as you can see, it only does maybe a little bit more damage than the bandit's knife does now. It's not too terribly much more. But with a little bit of upgrading, it'll do even more damage. I just wanted to kill those guys, see if they'd drop a Titanite shard. Free Titanite shards are always nice. Oh, seems like we're mid-rolling with this. As I said earlier, there are several different types of rolls. This is what a mid-roll looks like. It's not fast, but it's not that slow. If you're mid-rolling, that usually means you want to upgrade your endurance or put some clothing off in order to make you a little bit lighter. Usually it's if you're 25% or under your total equip load, that means you can fast roll. So go down here, and I'm gonna upgrade this weapon. I'm hoping to get another weapon off the Balder Knights. It's called the Balder Side Sword, I believe, and it is a very nice weapon which a lot of Dex users like to use. But it's not a guaranteed drop, and I don't believe you can buy it anywhere. So I'm going to upgrade this weapon a bit just in case if we don't get that. So, going to upgrade it. The more you upgrade it, the more shards it costs. So, upgrading it to +4. It does 105 damage. A little bit more than the claymore. And almost twice as much as the bandit's knife. So, we can upgrade it one more time. That requires 3 Titanite shards, and I do not want to buy those. So that's how you upgrade, and there are different upgrade paths aside from just regular. You can make your weapon divine, so it does holy damage, and later you can make it do magic damage and stuff like that. But for now, I think this is a good place to stop the episode. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tebriel, and I hope to see you in future episodes.